Welcome to the Lighthouse in Kokubunji South Exit. You go between Mizuho Bank, Denny's, take that street, go down until you see a park on the left, follow that. Keep the park on your left, and then we're going to go all the way to Shop 99, and it's just before that on the left, down B1, the Lighthouse. We've got park proprietor here, Duncan. We mention his name all the time. Thank you very much for joining us.
My pleasure.
And also Albie. Albie, you're a big fan of wheat beers, aren't you?
Indeed.
Yeah, and we're pouring your Polliner today, actually.
Thank you.
Popular beer, right?
It's the #1 beer in the bar.
So we got Polliner here from Germany. It's a Hefeweiss beer. We've also got Weizen beer from Nest, and we've also got wheat, American wheat, by Baird Breweries out of Shizuoka. So anyways, we're going to try these out, and let's bring them out right now, actually, because we're ready. Taste test number 1. Here we go. I'm going to put your hand out on the table. I'm going to give you number 1. Put it on the table, sure. Duncan. Oh, actually, you just touched number 1. There you go. And this is number 1. Go ahead, spin it around, take a sniff, take a sip. I'm going to start with Duncan, ask you what your thoughts in a few words or less.
Very familiar, very nice. Oh, fantastic. I know what it is. I actually know what it is already.
You already know.
I know what it is.
Yeah, I think I agree with Duncan. I think I know which one this is too.
You do?
I think so.
All right. Take another sip. I'm going to grab it back from you now. Albie, what do you think? What do you think?
I think it's the Polliner.
You think that's?
Oh dear, I'm changing my mind.
I'm going to take it back from you though. Taste test number 2. Here we go. Put your hand out again. All right, there you go, Duncan.
Okay.
There you go. We're drinking beer out of a mini jockey glass here. Go ahead, take a sip. Albie, what do you think?
I think this is a more robust taste.
Definitely strong flavored. Definitely.
Yeah, there's much stronger flavors than the first one.
All right. Yeah. Okay. Putting it down. I'm gonna flare these out for you again. Okay. There we go. Excellent. So there's a big difference between number 1 and number 2.
I think so.
Very big difference.
think so.
Very big difference. Yeah.
Which one do you think is one of them's a wheat, an American style wheat, and then obviously the other two are Weisses. So which one do you think was the American style wheat?
I think the second one.
The second one was, okay. What do you think, Duncan?
To be honest, I think the second one was.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna move on. Taste test number 3. Duncan, put your hand out. There you go. There's glass number 3. There you go, Albie.
Thank you.
Love it. Albie, what do you think?
Yeah, a little bit flatter taste than the second one, so I think less carbonation in this one. This, I think, of the 3 has the least carbonation.
All right.
And also probably the least flavor, to be honest with you.
Yeah, very familiar, very familiar. Yeah, the taste is definitely different from number 2 and number 3. Absolutely, no doubt.
All right, we're done with the first sippy, so we're gonna move on. We're gonna let them drink a little bit more. Go ahead, guys, have whatever you want to have. Yep, drain them if you want. What? Oh, okay, that's fine. All right, we've got the three contestants out here right now, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna ask 2 questions. Question number 1 is, which one did you like the best? So, Duncan, what do you think? Which one's the best for you?
Most definitely number 3.
No.
I love number 3. Number 1 is a great flavor. Number 2 is very nostalgic because I think I used to live in this area. But definitely number 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. How about you,
I'm
Albie?
slightly different. I prefer number 2. And followed closely by number 3. Number 1 is very, very familiar, but I think as far as flavor and taste, definitely number 2. The reason I prefer number 2 over number 3, I think number 3's got a little bit more carbonation, so I think number 2's a bit smoother.
I see what you mean. But you did, flatten number 1 rather.
I think just based on habit only.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Question number 2 is basically which one is which. What do you think? We got the 3 choices right here.
It's a tough one. It's a tough one. It's very difficult to distinguish these 3. To be honest, I was confused between number 3 and number 1, especially with that one in the middle there. I gotta go with number 3 for Polliner. Number 2, Nest, and back to number 1, the wheat.
All right. All right. What do you think?
Counting down.
I think I'm actually completely different. I think number 1 is the Polliner, and I think number 2 is the American wheat, and number 3 is the Nest.
I did my taste test earlier, and this is what I came up with. Number 1, I believed, was the Baird beer, Shizuoka. Beautiful drink right here. Everything that Baird makes is good. My second one was the Nest. I thought this was the Nest. All right. And finally, last but not least, was the Polliner. And I think it needs to be mentioned that we have been drinking Polliner draft and not Polliner out of a bottle, which Duncan will agree, I'm sure, that They're not the same thing. Both are great beers though, and if you come to Lighthouse, you can get it on draft, again, in a huge glass.
Absolutely.
Which is one of my favorite reasons to drink it. Anyways, we're going to do the reveal now. This is the big grand finale, the best part of the show, climax. All right, let's bring them out. We've got them all out here. We're going to figure out who was right, who was wrong, but actually we're more interested in what we liked, and apparently Albie liked all three of them because they're now gone. All three of these beers are beautiful. Everybody here agrees. We're going to start with number one, and here you go. Can you feel the suspense?
I can feel the suspense.
Yeah, I can too. Actually, I'm shaking. Here we go. Number one.
Oh, there we go.
That's this is the Wheat King Ale.
So you were right.
By Baird Beer. Apparently, I was right. Imagine that. That does not happen very often. But we've got this is a great beer by Baird Beer, and they make a lot of good beers. If you can get it on tap, man, you're in luck. You definitely need to drink enough of that. All right, we're gonna move on to number two. Were any of you right on number one?
I was.
You were. Okay. We won't ask. All right. Fine. Number two. Here we go.
Hey.
It's the Nest. It's the Nest. This is the other Japan-made beer, Nest, which is the brewing division of Kiuchi breweries up in Ibaraki. Am I right about that? I believe it's up in Ibaraki. This brewery started back in 1996. They also are responsible for a bunch of very good beers, one of which we did in the White Ale show. And you can check just below here, shows the price. Beautiful beer. Number two. Number three. Here we go. This is the house brew. Ooh! Got Polliner in a bottle. Very nice. From Germany. This one is great, as I said, on tap. It's also good in a bottle. Come to the Lighthouse and get some of this. And you'll be happy that you did, and Duncan will be happy that you did as well. Anyways, there you go, guys. All three of them did well in the taste test. I believe that these two were very popular, and we've done it all. We're going to do a little bit more after the camera shut off. Thank you very much for joining us. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Albie.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Duncan.
Pleasure.
This is JBB, as usual, reminding you to drink responsibly. If you're going to pour a beer for your friend, take the blindfold off. Thank you very much. We'll be joining you again soon.